Hello, explorers, and welcome. I am honored and grateful that you have come to join me for practice today. Today's class, we are appreciating the power of the pause. I'm going to stay seated, but I invite you to find your way to your hands and your knees. Sink your hips back onto your heels. Your knees can be wide or together. Let your heart melt down toward the floor. Your hands extend out. And let your forehead rest on the mat. And let your breath help you relax. And just relish being in this very comforting pose as I talk you through a little information about the brain states. So when we are born, we are wired about 1/3 of the way with just our limbic system, our reptilian brain, we're going to call it, functioning. It is our survival brain. So if we are cold or wet or hungry, we are able to communicate that basic need. But that's essentially it when we first get started. As we grow and develop, we start to wire our mammalian brain. And our mammalian brain helps us seek, communicate, comfort, closeness. It really helps us navigate the world with more emotion and a more full experience. And yet it's still not quite verbal. We enjoy being with people. We enjoy the connection we get with those that we love. But we're still not able to communicate completely. So around 5 or 6, we start to develop that prefrontal cortex, an ability to communicate, to use words, to have executive function, to be able to take control for ourselves. And so as we go through life, we're constantly shifting depending on how much stimuli is being thrown at us and how much stress we're undergoing. If we ever reach our limit, we can flip our lid and go into our mammalian brain, or worse yet, flip completely, and then it's just all about survival. So it's important to be aware of what brain state we're in. Are we at green means go? Are we at caution, we need to slow down? Or are we at, holy cow, it's fight or flight, I need to stop what I'm doing and take a pause so that I can come back online. So take a moment to just observe your body. Really rest with your forehead into the mat. Your forehead is where your prefrontal cortex lies. And as we push or press any pressure onto our forehead, we invite blood to flow into the area. And this is a beautiful way to kind of help us make it back online. So release the forehead into the mat. And check in with your temples and your jaw. Just observe if there's any tightness. Check in with your neck and your shoulders. After all this talk and listening while you're trying to be comforted, has stirred anything up? Let the breath help, let it go. Check in with your heart space. Maybe something resonated there. Are you feeling clenched? Are you feeling achy? Are you feeling open? Just observe and breathe. Check in with your hips, your low back, seat of where we really hold on to our deepest emotions. How are you feeling there? Use awareness and breath to check in And imagine you can give yourself a color for where you think you are. Are you a vibrant green? Are you perhaps somewhere between green and yellow? Or maybe even between yellow and red? The fact that you're here lets me know that you're not in solid deep red. So wherever you are, let the breath and this calming posture help guide you to a higher level. Find one word, set an intention of how you want to feel at the end of this class. Something you're reaching for. And then bring another person into your practice. When we dedicate our practice, we not only are doing yoga for ourselves, we're doing yoga for the world. It amplifies anything we do on our mat tenfold. So take one more cleansing cycle of breath to be here now. And then when you're ready, we're going to find our way slowly back up to sit, to tune in. And when we tune in, we chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And when we chant Ong, we really press that tongue up onto the roof of the mouth. We buzz the roof of the mouth. It buzzes the brain and it opens it up so that all the wisdom that is out there can come in. We also chant this so that any wisdom that is deep within can come out. So let's rub our palms together. Plug your thumbs into your heart center. Push your palms into one another. Feel the collarbones widen, the heart open. Root the sit bones down deep into the earth and sit up nice and tall. Tuck the chin slightly so the crown of the head is reaching straight up to the sky. And close your eyes. Exhale. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We're going to find our way to our hands and our knees, and I'm going to move all the way back. So whenever we do yoga, we always move the breath, use the breath to move the body. So we're going to exhale into our cat, and we're going to inhale into our cow. And I'm going to invite
the screen share still on?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you. It's really hard to see me if we do that, isn't it? Okay. So exhaling into your cat, really pushing the hands and shins into the floor, feeling the whole back body. And then inhaling into your cow, dropping the belly, really tilting those hips and reaching the head toward the sky. And then finding your rhythm, taking the whole exhale to cat, the whole inhale to cow. Find your flow, connect with your breath, and move whatever way feels good. So if you want to hold a cow for longer, go ahead. If you want to start to shift your hips a little bit and make a swaying motion or even hip circles, whatever feels good to you this morning is what is right for you. Staying connected to the breath, just creating awareness and comfort. When you're ready, find your neutral hands in your knees, and we're going to turn over to the right. Look over the right shoulder to the left, to the right hip. Stretch from hip to shoulder on the left side and breathe in all the space. And then come through center and shift to the other side. So gazing over the left shoulder to the left hip. Come back to neutral. We're going to tuck our toes and find down dog. Pedaling through the backs of the feet. And waking up the calves, the hamstrings, the hips, the belly, the spine. And then we're going to inhale, lift the heels off the floor. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor and bend your knees deeply. And come back with the heels to the floor. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Bend your knees. Come back to dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Bend your knees. And this time we're going to walk our feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Soft bend in the standing, in both knees. Soft bend in your knees. I need to take a pause. And wrap your elbows around, wrap your hands around your elbows. Exhale deeply. Letting gravity have you. Any tightness in the legs or the hips or the low back, just soften the bend in the knees even more. And then place your hands on your thighs. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. And come all the way up to stand. Rolling those shoulders up and back. Palms face forward. Let your eyes close. And pause. Standing here. Scanning your mind, your heart, and your body. And inhale, raise your hands up. Palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Plant your hands. You're going to walk into your plank. You can always bring your knees down. So your plank is from the crown of your head through the backs of the knees, whether the knees are up or down. And lower yourself to the ground and take a baby cobra. The elbows are squeezing behind the spine. Exhale your forehead back down. Inhale up. One more time, your flow. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And pause at the top for a moment just to feel all that prana, the breath in the body. And then tuck your toes. Shift yourself into your down dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. We're going to stack our right hip over our left and then bend our right knee. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into the twist. And straighten your right leg and come through to warrior one. So the right leg comes forward, hands on the hips just to get yourself stable. And then when you're ready, arms can come all the way up to the sky. We're going to do a moving meditation. So remember your intention. And you're going to inhale, straighten that front knee, bring your elbows in. And then push out. Come back to warrior one. So we'll do this 2 more times. Inhale your intention. Push out whatever stands in your way. Warrior one. Last time. Hold this for just a moment. And then let your hands come down. Find your plank. Take your vinyasa, your chaturanga, your cobra, and finally down dog. Left leg goes up to the sky. Stack the left hip over the right. Bend the left knee. Breathe. Left leg comes straight up to the sky. Square those hips. Find your warrior one. Nice. And again, inhale into your moving meditation. Your breath leads the way. Hold the pose for 1 breath. And then hands come down. Find your plank. Take your vinyasa. Hold at the top of your cobra. And then down dog. Again, sigh something out. Let something go. We're all holding on to a lot. So anytime you can sigh it out, good for the soul. Inhale those heels up into the sky. Exhale, keep heels off, bend the knees, and walk yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, clasp your elbows. Exhale deeply. You can sway side to side. Just to kind of help warm your hips up even more. And then come back to center. Hands on the thighs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And then come to stand. And pause. Just noticing the brain, noticing the body. Giving attention to anything that may have shifted already. And then hands come up. Palms touch, weight into the toes, back bend if you wish. And then dive down. Inhale halfway up. Plant your hands. Walk yourself into your plank. Take your chaturanga and your cobra. Or just come right into down dog. Right leg comes up. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Breathe. Right leg comes up. Find your warrior one. Moving meditation, inhaling up, exhaling out. Hold for just a moment at the top. And then arms come down. Take your vinyasa. Hi, Gussie. Left leg comes up. Stack your hip. Bend your knee.
Left leg comes back up to the sky. Find your warrior one. Again, moving meditation. Hands come down. Find your plank. Take your vinyasa. Down dog. 3 breaths here. Taking a moment to gaze at your hands and make sure they're nice and spread. Your fingers are spread away from their neighbors. Your fingertips and your finger and knuckles are pressing into the floor to give you a nice stable foundation. And then push into those hands a little bit more. Push your hips way back into the back space of the room. The navel comes in. Beautiful stretch for the spine. Inhale, those heels come up. Exhale, bend the knees and hop or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway and exhale, fold. Again, clasp opposite elbows. Feel free to sigh loudly. And hands on the thighs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And then come to stand. Again, pause. Scan the body. See if anywhere has opened up a little bit. If your heart feels more open, your hips, your brain feels more settled. Power of the pause. So we're going to come and take tree pose. I'm going to just face you, but you can face whichever direction. Yesterday, I definitely needed a wall, so if you need a wall, always feel free to use. We're going to root through our left foot and raise our right up to our thigh or the shin. As long as your heel is not at your knee, so you can either cradle your calf, you can even have your foot on the floor if you're really challenged to balance today, but wherever you are, as long as you're not at your knee. Might need a wall again today. So stand on both feet equally and then use that to help open the hips. Breathe into your hips. And when you have your balance, let your hands come up. Let your branches grow and let yourself sway in the wind if you feel like playing. You can also experiment with looking up to the sky. Or if you are just working on being a solid tree, then let that awareness be. Not so solid tree. If you come out, just come right back in. We're going to switch sides. Root through that right leg. Watch those roots grow through the floor into the earth. Find something to gaze upon that will not move. That will help you stay balanced. And when you're ready, play. It's always a good thing to take yourself to a new edge because you're in a safe place right now. There's no judgment. It's just practice. We're just exploring. Coming out and shaking it out. So we're going to come back to the top of the mat. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Plant those hands. Take your vinyasa or just come straight to down dog. Right leg comes up to the sky. Stack your hips. Bend the knee. Right leg comes back up. Come through to warrior one. Warrior two. Take a nice wide stance so that your knee is, you got a little bit more space. There you are. Flip your front palm. Surrender. So the right hand goes up to the sky and the left goes along the back leg. Come back to your warrior two. Extended side angle. The right elbow is going to just rest on the right knee. And use that elbow to help turn your belly, your chest to the side wall. Come back through warrior two. Come back to warrior one, and you're gonna sort of cheat your back leg a little bit closer. So shorten your stance. And then you're gonna clasp your hands behind your back, and they can stay right here anchored into your low back if you need extra support. You're gonna fold over your front leg, and you can rest your whole body on the front leg. And then drop your head. If this feels good, you can straighten your arms up to the sky. And if you want to intensify it, you can drop your upper body inside the front leg. Really use your breath to hold the pose. Find fortitude and strength. Find the will to keep holding on. And let those hands come back to the low back. Lift yourself up. Arms come all the way up. Let them find the floor. Take your vinyasa. Meet up in down dog. Huge exhale here. Left leg comes to the sky. Three-legged dog. Left leg comes back up. Find your warrior one. Come to warrior two. Flip your front palm. Peaceful warrior. Come through warrior two. Extended side angle. Come back through warrior two. Find your warrior one. Close your stance just a little. Hands clasped behind the spine. Lay your body over that front left leg. If you're comfortable there, raise your arms up to the sky. And if you want to intensify, let your body drip into the right side of the left leg. Let your hands come back to the mid-back. Find your way back up to warrior one. Hands come down to the floor. Final vinyasa. And let's come back into our child's pose. So really resting that forehead on the mat. Big pause. Scan the body. See what needs to slow down. See what needs to let go. See what needs to move out so that you can really relax. Send your breath to wherever feels tight or clenched. And really exhale that tension. Breathe all the way down to the tailbone. And feel your breath moving out of your mouth. Soothing the whole brain and the spine, using the breath to cleanse and release. Find your way to your hands and your knees. Tuck the toes and find your down dog. We're going to lift our left leg up to our right leg up to the sky. And we're going to come straight through to a low lunge. So if you need to have a little extra padding, you can always fold your yoga mat over. And we're going to just shift back and forth from a runner stretch. Inhale, flex your toes towards the ceiling. And you're going to exhale into your lunge. So we're going to rock back and forth at least 3 times. If you're feeling any tightness, you can always stay in one or the other and breathe. You're just moving through your own body. And then if you feel super warm, you can slide that heel forward and come into a split. If you want to use books to hold you up as you're working your hips down, you can. Always using the breath as an ally. Shifting back into our final runner stretch. Let the head go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And then let's bring the foot back. Find our hands and knees, and take a down dog. Left leg comes up to the sky. Come into your low lunge. Again, shifting back and forth as your body needs. Imagine your body is a river and you are the captain of a boat on the sea. But you can't control where the rapids are and you can't control where the currents are, so you got to tune in and use the breath to dance along with it. If you're ready to slide into splits, go ahead. Breathe into wherever is tight. Send love and understanding. And then slide back. Final runner's lunge. Let your head go. Find your way to hands and knees. And then we're going to sit on our bottoms in the middle of the mat with our knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're going to take some boats. Oh, so perfect imagery. We're gonna lean back, and you wanna really be up on those sit bones. So we don't wanna be dumping into the low back. We wanna use our navel and our core, sit up nice and tall. If you wanna move on from here, your legs can come parallel. If you want to intensify, your legs can come all the way up. And if you want to go all the way, the hands can come down. We're gonna lower 1/3, 2/3. We're gonna hover almost on the floor and then come back up. And if you need to catch yourself, go right ahead. So wherever you are is where you are today. 1/3, 2/3, hover, come back up. One more time. Hover 1, hover 2, hover 3, come back up. Woo! And let's take our legs wide. And just, you know what, let's bend our right knee in. There we go. And we're gonna do some more flowing to open the hips. So the left hand comes down, the right arm comes up. You're gonna reach over and then inhale back up. And then exhale over, same side, come back up. Just keep using your breath to find your hips anchoring into the earth. Find more stretch in your side, more stretch in your hip. One more time, hold wherever feels comfortable. If you can grab your toes, awesome. You can peek underneath your armpit, but be where you are today. Keep breathing. Send your breath to the side body. Send your breath to your hips. Come back up and switch your legs. Those toes are pointed fiercely to the sky to protect your knee. And we exhale toward the toes. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, inhale. Really let the breath guide the body. Hang over wherever you are. Let that right arm support you. And let gravity and breath help you stretch just a millimeter more every time. And then come all the way up, oof, and shake it out. Hug our knees into our chest. Let's rock side to side and massage the low back. And then we're going to put our feet on the floor and we'll take 3 bridges, hands to the palms to the floor, shoulders into the mat, feet rooted in. And you're going to inhale those hips up off the floor. If you wish to go further, you can clasp your arms, your hands behind your back, and walk yourself to the outer upper arms. Wherever you are, squeeze those thighs and lift the hips. Keep breathing. You can even sense your belly moving up and down with the breath. Imagine you could just stay here all day. Release your hands. Roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your low hips or your low back reach the floor. And let's shift side to side to give it a little massage. And then come back to a neutral spine. Plant those feet, hands and shoulders. Inhale the hips up. Find your outer upper arms. You can also play around with balance, lifting 1 leg at a time. 2 might get a little tricky. And find your bridge. Find your best version that you can do today. And then release your hands and roll down. Exhale everything you have into the mat. Inhale some energy from the earth and come right back up. Final. Find your bridge, whatever bridge makes you happy. Release your arms, roll down. Hug those knees into the chest one more time. And then we're going to drop our knees over to the left and extend our right arm out to the side. Gaze over the right shoulder to the right hand. Spinal twist. Come through the center. Shift those knees over to the right. Extend your left arm out. Come back through center. We're going to straighten the legs out and take our Shavasana. So even if we consider our yoga class a pause, there's a pause within the pause. Shavasana is when we integrate all the work we've done. We reorient in our own bodies so we can become a new, better person when we leave the mat. So let everything relax into the floor. Sense your forehead release and your eyes drop down into the eye sockets. Your temples and your jaws release. Your neck and shoulders relax. Your heart and lungs melt into the floor. Along with the spine. The hips release. The legs all the way from the thighs through to the toes melt away. The arms from the shoulders all the way through to the fingertips melt as well. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the breath. back into your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists. Take a nice deep stretch. Hands over the head. Reach from fingertips to toe tips. Making as much space in the body as you can. And then deep inhale into all that space. Imagine you are regenerating every cell in your body with fresh prana. Returning to your highest self. Resourcing yourself to the point where you are back in your human brain. And then curl yourself into a ball. Give yourself a beautiful hug. And then curl onto one side. Let your head rest on your lower extended arm. So if you're on your left side, your left head is supported by your left arm. And really just melt into the floor. Let Mama Earth hold you. Feel your brain shift with gravity toward the earth. Feel your heart shift with gravity toward the earth. Feel all your internal organs and your hips shift into the earth. Be held. Be comforted. Be nourished by this Holy Mother that has been here since the beginning of time. She's seen it all. She's withstood it all. And yet she finds the power to regenerate when given the slightest pause. So let that be inspiration to all of us in this moment. When you're ready, let your upper arm help you find your way to sit. Take whatever time you need to settle into your seat. Take whatever leg posture feels right. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall and do a meditation to close class for a calm heart, because we all need that. Okay. So hold your right hand up, fold your index finger down, and hold it down with your thumb. So you're in Gyan Mudra, and your hand is right by your ear. Your left hand is gonna be like a shield, and you're gonna place it on your heart. So you're gonna hold your heart with your left hand. This is a soothing breath practice that helps to relieve anxiety and promote calmness and mental clarity. So we're gonna sit in easy pose. You're gonna tuck your chin slightly so that crown is reaching toward the heavens. And we're going to either close your eyes or they can be 1/10 closed, so just barely open. You're gonna inhale slowly and deeply to fill up as much as you can. You're gonna feel your chest raise. You're gonna hold your breath in as long as you can. It feels comfortable, so it shouldn't be stressful. When you've reached your max, you're gonna slowly exhale. And then you're gonna try to keep your breath out for as long as feels comfortable. And then when you're ready, you're gonna deeply inhale back in. Hold the breath. I like to imagine it's bouncing around and healing the body. And then exhaling slowly out. And holding into that void. Just being pure and clear for just one moment, truly you. And then inhale back in. So this is with your comfort level. So I really need for you to explore your boundaries and honor them. We're going to be doing this for 3 minutes. So just to start,
Sit up again nice and tall. Whenever you're ready, cycle through your inhale. Hold your breath as long as feels good. And then slowly exhale as much air as you can out. And hold that as long as feels good. Then inhale again. If the holding of the breath causes any anxiety or agitation at all, just come into a normal inhale, exhale exchange. Keeping the face relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. And let this just be a dance between your breath and your heart. Thirty seconds left. One last round. Hold the posture. You're going to inhale deeply and exhale really strongly out. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale. Exhale strongly. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze every muscle in your body. Wrap every muscle around every bone. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then relax. Keeping the eyes closed. Feeling the arms resting in the lap. Pause one more moment to scan the body. Take in the sensations. Is there buzzing in the brain? Vibration in the heart? Whatever sensations you notice, just notice. And don't judge. Don't change. Just be.
ready, let your eyes float open. We're gonna rub our palms together one final time to seal our practice in. Place your hands at your heart center. Push into those palms. Really press into that beautifully calm heart. And we're going to chant one long Sat Nam to close class. So inhale deeply. Sat Nam. Take a moment to bow to seal in your practice for yourself and whoever it was you dedicated your practice to. Maybe set an intention for the rest of your day. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste.